Welcome everybody to the stream. We're just gonna do a few let's play series on Arcfall. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat, and otherwise let's get right into it. This is a pre-alpha version of Arcfall. It's the latest one today. It's 2.46 pre-alpha release. We do regular updates like every Friday and or most Fridays. We're a small team, so we try and work with the community and show you guys a few things that we have in Arcfall. So let's just enter the world. So the first time you guys log into the game, you'll log into Port Turanga. So we have added settings in the last build, so the sound and graphics. So you have different settings. SFX is for like interactions, particle effects, and stuff like that sounds. You have music. As you can see, we can turn it all the way down. You can turn it up. So we added in some music just to give it some atmosphere. You also have master sound that you can put. The only thing that's not linked into this that we'll have linked in soon is the ocean. So you can also set everything pretty much down if you want to. This is the volume of the interface, like clicking on buttons and stuff like that. You can set that sound, ambient, the background, like here the ambience there. And then we have footsteps that will be added in soon. So let's just set this up to like there. Okay. So this is Turanga, Port Turanga. That's the starting area usually starting.
Hello.
We have added sounds to the characters too. So Arcfall is quest based, but it's also skill based. So it's like a bit of a combination of a few different game styles. So our first quest we're getting here in the Let's Play, you can see here it says survive the shipwreck. And it just says that you have been shipwrecked here, and you can look around. There should be some crates washed on the ocean, on the shore, and it asks you to gather in a few things. These are all tutorial quests just to get you started in how to play the game. So it says cipher logs, and it needs some stone. So let's accept it. So you can see his icon changed at the top. So one thing I do want to mention is we have two different ways of moving around. You can use the left and right mouse button together, like base games, MMO games. And when you move the mouse around, keeping them together, you can actually run around. You can also use the AWSD keys to move around. Have a little bit of different animation, and you can use the right mouse button, keeping that in to get your direction. So if you're running there and you press W to go forward and use the right mouse button down, you can change your direction. Or you can slide to the left and right. The animation is a little bit wonky at the moment, but we're working on those. But personally, my personal like is I like to keep the left and right mouse button together down and run around. Selecting players, if you mouse over items or NPCs, you'll see a little icon pop up. If you right click on him, it will open it up like that. So he's asking if we've finished this quest yet. You can also left click on a mob for attacking. So left click will attack, and or left click will select and right click will attack, or vice versa, depending on how you set it up. So the first quest he gave us, you can go to, these are all the different UIs at the top. So we have an in-game item store, as it's free to play, but we're trying to just keep cosmetics and base stuff like that in there. A few mounts and stuff like that. We'll be adding more stuff into the item store as we go along. And you can purchase a coin. This goes directly through the Steam wallet. If you want to support us at this stage, I mean it's still early stages, but any support is welcome from you guys. We have a little mini map on the right hand side. We still have to do lots of work on it still. We haven't added in locations or crafting stations and stuff like that to give you guys more information on it. But with the mini map you can go zoom in, zoom out. You can pan the mini map around like that if you want to have a look at it. And then if you press this one here, it'll center on your character again. So let's go here. This is the character panel. So you can see we got bag slots here. We used to have bag slots here. We'll be removing those. This is the inventory, because it's not slot based so much the game anymore. It's now just weight based. So if you have a bag here and you equip it, it'll click on it. It will auto equip on your character slot like you do normal clothing and stuff, and it'll increase your weight limit that you have. It won't go in here anymore and adding slots. So we've given you quite a bit of extra slots in your bag right now because it's all weight based. You can click at the top of the menu. See at the top here, the little black section there to move menus around. That's the character bag. So these are all the items you can equip. You can see you have different stats on the characters, starting stats. So you have fire resists and stuff like that. You have attacking speed. All the resists, when combat has been done, it uses the resists to calculate how much damage is done. And depending on what type of combat it is, you have physical resist or physical defense, which is your physical defense stat here. If the combat is initiated and the mob you're attacking has a physical attack base, then it will use this. If it has fire or ice base attacks, then it'll use any of these, and as well as magic. So there's like a bunch of different attacks. You have to learn which mobs uses which attack and set your clothing accordingly to protect yourself against that specific mob that you're attacking. Then we have all these abilities, stats here. So strength increases, all these gets used in calculations for combat as well, but like strength adds to your character's weight as well. So the higher your strength, the more weight you get. You see I have 15, so you get 10 times, so it's 150, and you get an extra 30 base stat to start off with and weight. Then you have dexterity. Dexterity adds to combat as well. Endurance, for instance, adds to your health. So the more endurance you have, you get additional health. So you start off with 100 health base, and then I have 5 endurance, so it adds 10 times, so it's 150 right now. So as you increase your endurance, you gain more health on it. We have a critical hit chance there, so you can increase your critical hit chance. Intelligence does the same as endurance. For instance, it adds to your mana pool. So you start off with base 100, and then you have 5 intelligence, so it's times 10, so it's 50, so it's 150 for your mana pool. And these are all the basic stuff that we have here. So the first quest I'm gonna do. Oh, sorry. Let me keep going here. So yeah, you see this is your bag. This is your quest log. So you have active and history, so you can see what the quest you've done before. This is the tracker. So you see the little button there. If you click that, it opens up your quest tracking, so you can see where you are with certain quests. Currently in this build, we have a little bit of problems. We're still trying to figure out one of the quests seems to break your character for login, and you can only log in once a restart of the server is happening, but we're working on that. But the first few quests should be fine. You shouldn't have any problems with that. It'll be regular restarts anyway. We should hopefully have that fixed in the next patch, which is coming Friday. It's going to be a pretty big patch this Friday. We're hoping to get housing and a few other things in. That's pretty been working on for a while. So that's the quest log. Then we have mail. So you can create a new mail, you can send stuff to people, emails, but you can't send items through mail. We specifically don't want to do that. Then we have guilds. You can automatically start a guild, create your own guild, or join a guild. Let's see, social. You can add friends to a friends list, do a few things. Like all this has got a few bugs in it still. If you click the right button here, you'll see we've got the mini map, or the main map. So currently we're in Port Turanga. You got two small little islands. These are at the moment mostly used for resource gathering. They got like special stone and stuff like that. And then you also have the Omar, the one big map, terrain continent that we have here. We'll be adding a few more on the next few updates. This is up to level 10 basically for mobs and so on and resource gathering. At the moment we are working on a ship traveling in between the islands. So eventually we will have the ships traveling between the islands, but at the moment you can get tickets from the ship ticket master, or from the quartermaster, sorry, and that will instantly travel there. They cost coin. Eventually when we bring in the ship traveling, you can either use the tickets with coin that you buy, or you can actually get on a ship and just travel without doing it. You could also swim from here to there if you're following the direction. If you go stand on the dock where you spawn in, you go southwest. Let's see, northeast, southeast, sorry. If you swim southeast this direction, then you should be hitting it like in a few minutes. Like, it's not too far to swim either. And if you click on the minimap, you click the drop down, you can get a better view of the islands. Like Omar, you have some little details. You can see like places of interest. So okay, so let's get started. Here's some people killing some sheep there. So the first quest asks you, do you get some stone and cyper logs? Because you have no tools, best way to get it's going to be getting the crates. Now they're randomized, so some of these crates has stone, some has cyper logs, depending on what you're getting. So you see I'm busy gathering, yeah, so let's go to the skills here. So I haven't shown you the skills here. So we have quite a bit of skills in Arcfall, and these are secondary combat skills. So you can start off with the first one. This is your combat ones. So you have swordsmanship, which is using swords and stuff like that. These are secondary skills in combat that we haven't implemented. We're just placeholders right now, but they will be implemented later. And then you have abilities on each skill level that you gain in a skill. So just to mention also, right now there's a bug in skills where, say for instance, you need level 2 and you get your swordsmanship to level 2. It won't automatically add the skill to your hotbar. You have to relog. I mean, it's a pain in the butt, but we are definitely working on that one, because that's a big bug. So it should automatically add this ability to your hotbar. So you see the first ability, if you mouse over it, it has a casting time. All abilities uses the mana pool. So and it has a range and so on. You just cast it just like any other game, and you get certain, like this one deals extra 40 damage. Once you start hitting your abilities, then your combat really gets better in sense of you can attack higher mobs and stuff like that easily, because it's not really based on your character level, although we have character level in here, and this is your XP bar down here for your character. Your character level, only every time you level your character, it only increases your health and your mana, right? But every time you level a skill, each skill, you can see at the bottom there, this one for swordsmanship says strength and endurance. So if you level this skill I think it's every 3 levels you get 1 strength, and every 4 levels or 5 levels you get 1 endurance. So this is how you actually increase your stats on your character, by actually using the skills. It's a little bit different than the normal systems out there. Currently you also have a max amount of all the skills. You can see we have quite a few here. There's a lot of skills actually. Right, these are all the different ones you have. You have a total amount of 800 points currently. We might change that in the future. So when you reach 800 altogether, You can go max 100 in one skill, and you can go total of 800 in all skills. So when you reach the max amount, then you can start changing like which ones you want to have continuously go up and which ones you don't want to have going up and stuff like that. So you can change it here and you can set it to go up or down or whatever. So you can change your character basically at any time in the game, at any point in the gameplay. You could be for years playing as a swordsmanship and then decide one day you don't want to be a swordman anymore on combat, you just want to do crafting, so then you set all your combat skills down to go down, and then you set all your crafting skills to go up. So it's a very versatile system. So you can see here we have a gathering skill. So you gain XP by doing things in the game for each skill. So you can see there I have 38 out of 400. So if I gather, that's a little icon that pops up there. See, now I've gone 52 to 52. So that's how you level your skills, by doing things. All of these you get leveled like that. So that's a little bit of the skill system. So I'm just gonna run around and collect some more resources here. So I need some more cyper logs. There we go. Oh, there's some sticks. I grab some sticks. So as you guys can see, I'm getting a semi-decent frame rate up there. It's variable. It does depend on your system and what video card you have. Currently, the game is not optimized yet. We're still working on optimization. That usually comes at the end. But you can get decent frame rates if you lower your resolution. So when you log into the game, you can go down to start off at like 1280 by 720, and then keep increasing it until you reach the best resolution that the frame rate is decent for you to play with. So let's see here. Oh, quest complete. So I can go hand this quest in. So the first quest is at Norman, the captain. So hello. Let's see here. Have you gathered all the stone and the 4 hyperlogs first? Yes, continue. Okay, Raz, thank you for these items. It's complete. So we got 20 experience from that. That goes to our character experience. Right. Okay, somebody chopping some wood there.
Hello.
So the next quest is speaks to Anglo the Merc. You can find him on the docks somewhere. He'll give you a nice shirt. So Anglo the Merc, if you go right from the docks, it's gonna be just up here.
Hello.
So okay, speak to Anglo the Merc. Okay, let's finish this. So let's see. So we got a shirt that we can put on. So if you just left click on it, it will add it to your character. You can see there I've added a shirt. So this is just a basic shirt. It has durability. Currently this only gives you nothing. This is just a tutorial quest, so you don't get much from the tutorial quest, like it's just for clothing. But I still have these resources. I also got like 30 copper there. You can see I got some coin. And he's got another quest for me.
Hello.
So I can see, as you can see on the Merc guard here, the bank is just across from here in the building, marked with the key sign. I have a key Jack for Jack the Banker and give it to him. So let's see, accept this quest. So if you look up, you see just across from him, he said. You see there's a, looks like a key sign up there. So let's go there and see Jack the Banker. There's a quest there, but I won't grab that one yet. So there's a Jack the Banker in here.
Welcome.
So get you to the bank. Thank you for this key. I've been waiting for it. A side note, you'll see I also offer bank. So this is basically a quest just shows that he also offers banking for us. And we increased our reputation there. So let's see here, he gave us some pants. Let's put some pants on there. So if we also, if you right click on him to interact, you see he's got the bank. So if you open up the bank, we'll be increasing the bank slots later on, but for now this is the amount we have. You can open your bag, you can click to put some stuff in the bank, you can drag it out and drag it in. On a side note, a lot of people may not know this, but say for instance you want to split items. So if you press Alt and left click, put them on together, so you got two there, right? So if I press Alt and left click on an item, it splits it in half. So there I got, let's see, I got 10 there. Press Alt, it splits it in half. If you press Shift on it, Shift and the item, you can actually post it in the chat. You can see it highlighted in chat there if you wanted to link in it. And if you press Alt and right click, you take one out of the item. So you see how I'm splitting one out of item. So Alt left click is split it in half, Alt right click is taking one out of the item. I'll keep those resources because I know it's another quest there. So now we've done all those quests, and if you run out, you'll find Saxon. So he says here, just across the bridge past the cloth house, you'll see Boris the blacksmith. He sells blueprints. You need to learn a blueprint to craft the item in the station. You will need 3 stones and 4 cypress to craft the axe for Boris. So we have all those already. So let's accept this quest. Right. So he says we go across the bridge here. So this is the first house we get here. If you look there, oh, it's got a little like sewing sign, so it must be a cloth house. Yeah, it looks like a cloth house. So we keep running around. So then you'll find Boris here. Still this a little bit down. Don't want to hear the chopping of the trees. Okay, so seek Boris. We've completed this one. Thank you for bringing crafting stations. So it's got another quest for us. Let's see here. So I sell blueprints here. Buy a blueprint of an axe and click to learn it. Once you've learned the blueprint, click on the anvil, crafting station. You have an icon that appears when you mouse over it. Each blueprint will show you a skill level required to craft it. The crafting station UI, you can click on item name to show the resources you need in the blueprint. Drag resources into the slots. We don't need to drag resources anymore. This is an old system, so we'll be removing that shortly. Okay, so let's see. So he gives us an axe and some XP. So we accept it. So he says, click on him again. He sells items. So let's look here. He's got lots of blueprints. Axe blueprint. So do you want to buy it? So it's 1 silver. So yes, let's buy it. Make sure to close it. So here's another little thing. If you have the merchant window open, we'll be putting in some tooltips soon and some tutorials on this. But to sell items, if you have the merchant window open and you click on an item that you can sell, it'll sell you. It says you sell the sticks for 2 copper. So if I say yes, you see now I got 2 copper there, right? So this is how you sell items to merchants, is you have the merchant window open and click on an item in your bag that you want to sell. and it'll ask you for confirmation. So now you see here I've got the blueprint here, the wooden axe, to craft the wooden axe, and it requires 3 stone and 4 cyper logs. You can see what resources it requires and what skill level. Skill levels, I'm not sure if it's working perfectly, but that's what it says there. Okay, so if you just left click on it, we don't have currently anything showing, but we will be adding that also, that you've learned it. And let me just put the shoes on. So a lot of people get confused. If you go here, they think this is the anvil. You can see the station name there says smelter, so this isn't the anvil. So it won't show you any recipes there for it. If you click on the station for the anvil, you'll see it shows any recipes you've learned, and you can click these for only available. So sometimes, like this is the level required, and say you have a level 10, you can click these, but you've learned it, but you haven't got level for it. You can just hide it by this button. You can see there's a station. So this is the skill that's associated with this crafting station. So when you craft something, so if you see I clicked on the crafting recipe, it shows me what I need for this recipe. It shows me what it crafts, and it allows me to craft multiple. So this says I can craft 1, so you can see there in the brackets it has 1. If you don't have resources or something, it will show you no resources, or you don't have the skill level to show you your skill level is lacking. And also it will show you how many you can craft. If you have no resources, it will be 0. If you have enough for 10, it'll show you 10 there. Then you can set here how many you want to craft. And so let's see, so I have enough stone and resource for this. So let's craft the first one. So now you see there low resources, because I don't have enough resources to craft this again. And I can craft 0 of them. So, and it has 0 there, so I can't craft anything, nothing will work now. But after crafting it, you can see I've gained 20 XP in blacksmithing. So let's go here. You see I got my 20 XP there in blacksmithing. So I also completed a quest. So one thing to make sure is not to equip the axe. If I equipped it, then I don't have it anymore in my bag, because the quests work on what's in your bag. So if I unequip it, now I have it again. So complete. Okay. So there you go. I completed that quest. So he gave me a sword and he gave the axe back to me. So that's basics for crafting. So now if we go run down here, we should get the next quest guy here. You'll see, there we go. Because I'm level 2 now, so you need to be, I need to have completed that quest, so then I get the quest here from Johnson. So Johnson's first quest is kill some sheep. You can decline, you can accept, so I accept this. You can also go to your quest log. You can track it, so it says kill some sheep, but if you go on the quest itself, instead of the tracking, you click it, you get information of the quest here. But let's say if you don't want to do this quest anymore, you want to abandon it, so abandon the quest. Now it comes back to me, right? Go to quest log and go to history. These are all the quests that I've done already. Active quest 0, click again on him. You're in need of some work. Let's get you going with, see how good you are of killing some sheep behind the camp north of me. Bring me wool, gather from them, and some hide. You skin from them. So you get 45 XP for this one. So let's accept that quest. Okay, put this here still. So I want to equip my sword. So he says to go around here, there should be some sheep here. There's a sheep there. So with combat it's not polished yet. This is just very basic yet still. So we do some damage to the ship. So every time I use a sword, just to reiterate on it. Let's go to combat. You can see I'm gaining XP in the swordsmanship. Okay, so right clicking on a ship allows you to loot everything. So now I gathered. But now you see when you icon on a dead mob, for instance, like this, you see it brings up the sickle icon. So that is to loot something. So if I right click on it, now I've collected some hide, so I skinned it. So that's how you skin, right click after you kill the sheep. So if we look in our bag, you see we've got 1 hide and 2 wool. Let's go back to skill tracking. Let's see how our skills are doing. So 2 wool and 1 hide. Let's kill some more sheeps. So while we're doing this, you see this little button at the top as a toggle PvP PvE. If you click that, you automatically toggle yourself to PvP mode, and you have a cooldown. You have a cooldown of about 15-20 minutes, I think, before you can toggle yourself back to PvE mode. So this is PvE mode, so I don't want to do that. But if you're in PvP, anybody can attack you, or you can attack other PvPers. This is going to be linked later on to our karma system. So if you steal stuff, when we bring stealing in and so on, you'll lose karma. When your karma gets too low, you won't be able to toggle back to PvE unless you gain your karma again. So if you do a lot of bad things in a game, you're going to be automatically toggle PvP always. So that's a way of introducing PvP to PvE players as well, slowly. We're not forcing that into people. If you just want to play PvE, don't steal anything, as among other things. And you can actually play the same server just as a PvE player also. We will have certain areas that will be PvP areas, but it won't. You can go there, but it won't. You won't need to go there. Like, we won't have specific resources that you can only find in a PvP zone, and then so basically forcing people to play PvP. Like, we want to keep it as an optional base, because a lot of people don't like playing PvP, and a lot of people do. So just to make it fun for everybody. Let's kill some more sheep here. So I need 1 more hide and 1 more wool. So you see I get some copper coin and some wool. Just loot all. Skin. There we go. Completed the quest for Quartermaster. Complete quest. Experience complete. So it's got another quest for me. Deliver some supplies. Take this bundle of wool to Jordan the clothmaker, north from here, in the house just past the shark. So that's pretty easy to find. You know, a big shark hanging there. And let's accept this quest. Let's see what I have in the book here. Oh, there we go. Bundle of wool. Close that. Some people playing here. Collecting stuff. So there's a shark, so it has just must be that one, just past the shark. So go over the bridge here. Get up here. Go here to, so this sign is the one for the clothmaker. See, there we go, Jordan.
Yes.
Deliver some wool. Delivery for me? Yes, I do. Thank you for delivery. Now I can make some clothing. Complete. So like all these are just your basic start off tutorial quests. Need string. I have some to run some string. You can buy the blueprint to craft some string from me. Craft me 10 string. That'd be great. Accepted it. Okay, so he says buy a blueprint from him. So a few items for sale. see a string. It's a shirt. So it's got a few things you can make here. These are all blueprints and these are patterns. So let's see. So this is a tannery kit. Now we want to get some string. 16 copper. How much copper? I got 95. Still good. Yeah. So buy the blueprint. Close that. Left click to learn it. So now I've learned it. It's consumed. So a lot of people also get confused here. So the best is when you run into a place, mouse over everything in it, and you can see like this is a sewing station. It does show the string recipe here. This is a bug we will fix later, so that only the station only shows blueprints that's working with it. But currently it will show, if you're using the same tailoring skill, it will show all the blueprints for the skill instead of the station. So we have multiple stations that's linked to, say, tailoring, for instance. And if you click here, you can see here, if you mouse over it, you'll see it says spinning wheel station required, and we have a sewing station. So if I craft a not valid station, right? So I have to go back to, this is a spinning wheel here. So now you have the right station. So let's kind of craft one. Sorry, I have to click it first. So yeah, now it says I need 2 wool. I have 6 wool. I can craft 3, but I'm only gonna craft one set of string. See how much that is. So each one set of string gives you 6 strings. So you can see they give you 6. So let's craft one more. That'll give me my 10 string he needs. You can see my tailoring has gone to 40. Okay. For now, I want to keep that wool.
Yes.
So completed the quest. Complete. Thank you. You can make some clothing for Johnson the quartermaster. Complete. Oh, I got a better shirt now. So this one I think has got some stats to it. It's got a magical resist. So you can see the stats there. Each piece of clothing has got a mana cost to it. So you have cloth. Cloth has less mana cost to it and is less weight. It also has a weight to it. And then you have different tiers. Like you have cloth. Leather has got a little bit more mana cost and a little bit more weight, but not as much as blacksmithing, like metal gear, like plate armor and stuff like that. So you know it determines your weight, and your mana will be determined by what clothing you have. But like cloth items only has a magic resist to it, where leather has magic and physical resists to it, and plate armor and stuff like that that's made out of metal has just physical resist to it. So it depends on what type of character setup you want to build, and which mobs or other players in PvP you want to fight. So it's an interesting setup. You can see we also have durability on the items right now. So as you use it, if your durability gets to 0, the item gets destroyed. Later on we will have some insurance packages you can put on for durability and stuff like that, maybe, or repairs and stuff. We're still thinking of how we want to do that system. So right now, required level, I have to be level 2, I think, to wear this. So there we go. I can wear this now. I don't want to wear this one, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
See here, deliver clothing, accept it, and I have to go deliver this package. Let's go and deliver this package. I'm just going to take a shortcut. I'm just going to jump down here. Oh, let me see this quest.
Howdy.
Okay, so I have to deliver that quest to him. Let me show you guys. I've done those quests already. . sometimes this is the little bug we have. So now you can see I think I've been disconnected. Easy way to see that is you can not hear anybody. So I'm disconnected, but I'm still in the game and I can't interact with anything. Like nothing happens, all the mobs are standing still, nothing is moving and stuff like that. So we're working on that little bug. Sometimes it disconnects you. So it's a random disconnection. So we can, I'll be logging out. So let's log out, let's try that. See if we can log in again. Nope, been disconnected. So I'll be back. I think we'll call it there for today. That'll give you guys an idea of how the gameplay is. Like I said, we have a few little minor bugs on it, like the disconnection. If you just relog, or not relog, but exit the game and come back in, you should be fine and you can interact again. It's mostly on the quest it seems to happen, so other gameplay should be fine. But thanks for watching. Like I said, we're a very small team working on this game, and any support you guys have, that'll be greatly appreciated. Make sure to join our Discord channel. You'll find the link on the Steam page for Discord, and we're always active there, pretty active community there. And thank you for watching. We'll see you guys in the next episode when we bring out the new housing and stuff, and I'll show that off for you guys. Also, like I say, we might go the next episode. Also, we'll start off from here and travel to the next island and see from there. Thank you. Talk to you guys again.